Okay, I'm testing out my microphone before I'm gonna start. So can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, can you please type 1 for me? Thanks Alex, thanks SK. Sen, can you hear me? Okay, or can hear me? Okay, that's great. What about the view? Can you all see that I'm on my trading view right now? If you can see my screen, please type 3. Okay, that's great. So let's get started. Welcome to episode 2 of my Trade Live with Tery webinar. So thank you guys for coming. This is the second time I'm hosting this. So if this is the first time you're here, what I'm gonna do in my webinar every single week is that I'm gonna share with you guys, I'll review a few setups that I talk about in my videos every single weekend, and I will preview a few upcoming trade setups that's gonna happen in the coming week. Yep. So I guess most of you guys are gonna stay up late tonight, especially for those who are in the Asia time zone, to see whether the Federal Reserve will raise interest rate at 2 a.m., which is about 5 hours, no, 6 hours away from now. Yep. So I'll give you 3 promises before I start. That's number 1 is that this is not a pitch fest where I'll be trying to sell you many rubbish and nonsense. So what I'm trying to do is really to build a good educational business. So I'll be really sharing everything that I've learned about harmonic trading from my mentor Scott Carney. And sometimes if you are lucky enough, Scott will be here to talk to you guys, for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Yeah, he's so busy. Yeah. So all my setups that I talk about will be on my trading view, where I am using this as my personal trade log, so that I can account to myself, for every single trade that I do. I want to be accountable. I want to make sure that I'm following the rules. So if you look through my trading view, you realize that I'm one of the few trading view authors who actually, bother to write out what's my thought process, how I'm going to execute my trade, and my profit target and stop loss will all be shared with you guys totally free of charge. So I just want to make this like the best harmonic. I want to become the best harmonic educator that you can find on the internet. That every week I will look forward to see more and more of you guys coming back for more if I have done a good job. Yep. So I'll kick off today by reviewing the few setups that I talked about in my video over the weekend, and I'll preview 3 or 4 upcoming trade setups that could happen this week. And if you have any questions, if you have any setups that you want me to talk about later on and analyze for you, feel free to do it, but let me finish first. Is that okay? Yep. So I will not wait for any more latecomers. Let's get started right now. Okay. So over the weekend, I'm not sure if any of you guys have watched my video, but I talk about a few setups. The first one is on a pound Aussie. So yesterday, I guess there was some UK news that happened, and this pair is pretty volatile. This is one of the most volatile currency pairs that you can be trading. On average per day, it moves easily from 150 pips to 200 pips a day. Yeah, super volatile. So it depends on whether you like this kind of trading, super volatile kind of trading. There are some currency pairs which move very minimal every single day, and some that move super fast. Yeah, Pound Aussie is one that belongs in the super fast category. Yep. So for Pound Aussie, in my video, I talk about waiting for the pattern completion, the sharp pattern to complete before I decide whether to execute any of my trade setups. Yep. So what happened after I posted this idea? Yep. So it's slowly creeping towards my entry point, which is around 59.30. So yesterday there was some pound news which happened, and yep. So right now pound Aussie is at 1.6072, and if the interest rate news is out later on in a few hours time, and it happened to move this pound Aussie down towards 59.30, that is where I will be monitoring for either a candlestick reversal or a pin bar kind of a candlestick setup before I decide whether to enter. Another good tool that I use very often is the RSI tool, which is on every single chart that I posted. So on the RSI, how I will use is that I will monitor for at least a RSI oversold if I'm going long, an RSI overbought if I'm going short. Yeah. So in this case, Pound Aussie, I will try to monitor for RSI oversold at the 159.30 level. I hope that there's some form of divergence in the RSI, and that will increase my confidence to actually go long on the Pound Aussie. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to do on the Pound Aussie, and everything here is documented on my trading view. Later on, I'll give you guys my link to my trading view if this is the first time you are watching this. Yep. So let me just copy this link and paste it up in the chat box. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So if you want access and review whatever I talk about in my webinar, this is the link to go to. Okay. Second trade setup is on the most traded pair out there is Euro Dollar. I updated my idea actually today. Yeah. So I'm going to share with you guys. For Euro Dollar, I'm actually hoping that this sharp pattern will complete around 1.08. Yeah. So tonight's news, if dollar goes up, euro might come down. If the interest rate of dollar does not go up, we might actually see a rally in euro dollar. So whenever I trade, I'm always prepared for both sides of the coin. So if it goes up, I know what to do. If it comes down, I know what to do. And for me, the secret to trading well in harmonic trading, I've done this for this is my 6th year doing harmonic trading. So what I realized is that in the past, I used to do pending orders, I just place an order, and I hope for the best. But I realized that has, prevented, that has actually, caused a lot of stop loss to occur. So right now, last year after meeting Scott Carney live in Poland, he taught me the right way to trade, which is always to monitor the PRZ. The PRZ is derived if you put in all the numbers in to draw a pattern, and this PRZ is derived after you put in, like you draw the few Fibonacci lines, and you actually get a zone. Yeah. Once you get the zone right, what this zone actually tells you is that, okay, this zone for euro dollar, for example, at 1.0780 to 1.08, this zone here, there's a potential that euro will reverse. So a few things can happen. One is that the price goes up to the level, the reversal zone, and it actually shows weakness. You see a pin bar rejection of that level. That shows you that the market actually respects that level. And that's how, after the market respects the level, then you go in. That's so much safer than just putting a pending order and going to sleep. People like to sell you the idea that trading is so simple. Trading is hassle-free, and anybody can do it in their sleep by doing a pending order. Yeah, but what I realized, okay, Wilson can, okay, I think your screen is popping up. Yeah, what I realized is that if you follow my way of trading, which is to monitor the reversal zone before you actually enter, you actually increase your success rate about 25% easily. Yeah, and that's what I want you guys to be learning today if you cannot remember whatever else that I've said. Yeah. So to summarize, for euro dollar, if the dollar does not increase interest rate tonight, euro will rally, and because dollar will fall and euro will rally. And at this zone here, monitor for some weakness, RSI divergence, pin bar candlestick reversal before you enter your short. Yep. So this is if interest rate is not increased. But what if the interest rate is increased? Yeah, cannot monitor. So because we stay in the Asia time zone, SK. So what I can say is that maybe set an alarm clock and wake up for 5 minutes at 2 a.m. later on to monitor the trades. There's nothing else we can do. Else we can just skip today and we trade some other days. That's all we can do if you are in Asia time zone. Yeah. So in the event that the dollar really increases interest rate, I'm actually monitoring this. I'm monitoring this channel. So it could send euro coming down. From 1.0620 to 1.0540 or 60, around that zone. So if it comes down and hits the low of my channel, I will wait for some form of weakness, pin bar or candlestick reversal at that zone before I actually go long. But if it just bashes through either of my zone, the up or the upper or the bottom zone, if it bashes through the zone, I have a game plan too. What's my game plan? I will actually wait for a retracement into the zone to buy or to sell. Yeah. So you see, I have both sides covered, the news event, both long and short. I know what to do. And once it reaches my zone itself, I will also monitor for reaction before I actually enter. If it breaks through my PRZ up or down, I will be waiting for any kind of a pullback for any trend continuation trade. Yep. So what you can see, what I'm doing is that I'm incorporating a little bit of support resistance channel, candlesticks into harmonic trading. Yeah. How do you derive the channel zone? Okay, let me draw it here. Okay, I'll just clear everything. So channel zone, I guess Khalid, is it? Yeah, you were actually mentioning this. Okay, let me pull this away. Yeah. So on TradingView, there's a tool called the parallel channel. So what I usually do is I will map the lows and the high. For example, this is a down, 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 lower high, a low, a higher low, higher high, sorry, lower high, lower low, lower high, maybe same low. So the trend has started to change. So once the trend has started to change, I will be mapping the channel upwards like this. Okay, I'll zoom it up. So you get some kind of outlier last Friday, and right now it's at the middle band. Yep. So two things can happen. The news is bad for the dollar, and euro just rally all the way to 1.08 this way. It goes up, and we wait right here 1.08 to sell. Yeah. But if it goes the other way, that means it comes down to the low of this channel here. Then I'll be waiting for some form of pin bar candlestick kind of a signal for me to enter long. Yeah. If it just bashes through, for example, if it comes down and it bashes through this zone here, what I'll do is I'll wait for a break, a nice break below. I will wait for a pullback into the zone, and that's where I will be executing my trend continuation short for euro. Yep. The same could happen on if it goes the other way, it goes up. Okay, let me map out my PRZ zone first. Yeah, it could go up, it breaks strongly above, closes above, comes down. This is where I'll be looking to go long on a euro. Yep. So I'm combining trend trading together with patterns. Yeah. Potential reversal zone, the PRZ, correct. Yep. So this is euro, and good luck to those of you guys who will be staying up to watch the news. I might be setting an alarm to wake up about 5 minutes before the news, and to see what's the price action then. Yep. Right now I have no position on a euro, and this is how I will execute my setups and my trade on euro. Okay. So I'm done with euro. Let's analyze the second pair. Okay. So I've done pound Aussie, I've done euro. I want to talk about dollar yen also. Dollar yen is pretty interesting. Okay, welcome all the latecomers. If you cannot catch up with me, probably I hope that I can be uploading the recording here. I'm right now stationed in outstation in Vietnam, and the internet connection here might be too slow for me to be uploading videos here. So I might do it over the weekends when I'm back. Okay. All right. For dollar yen, what happened last week is that it has completed a sharp pattern to sell. So what happened after I posted this idea? Okay, it's right now hovering around this PRZ zone. Let me zoom in. Yep. So what I'm actually waiting for is that I updated today is that on the hourly chart, it actually is completing a sharp pattern to sell around 115.30 to 40. This is exactly the same zone that is okay. This is the H4 shark, completes at 115.30 to 50. This H1 shark also completes at 115.30 to 50. Software. Okay, RP, I will be addressing your questions later on. Yep. So you have questions, just type whatever you want, but I will only address all the questions at the end of the webinar. This webinar is about an hour long. Okay. Yeah. I need to be sharing real educational stuff first before all the marketing stuff comes behind. All right. Okay. So at 115.30, this is a completion of how to identify support resistance. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay, at 1530, this will be the PRZ for two patterns. One is the H4 shark, and one is the H1 shark. Yep. So at this zone here, we will monitor, really, we will still monitor for some form of pin bar or candlestick reversal right at that zone before we actually execute our short. So tonight's news, like dollar could strengthen crazily. It could just fly up like crazy and break above all this 11530 zone. So my primary idea is to short this when the pattern completes. Yeah. But if tonight the market tells me that this 115.30 to 50 zone is not being respected and price just bashes through above the zone, then I know that, okay, the market is super bullish now. The zone for the first shot is violated. It's still close to the zone here. The pattern is only violated when you actually, okay, let me go to the chart. This is so much easier for me to explain there. Okay, so for this sharp pattern, the extreme of the zone is 113, this 115.30 zone. So sometimes you get this kind of spillover, like it just goes up slightly above it, but it just closes back in within the next 2 to 3 candles. So usually I use 3 candles. If price bashes through the PRZ, the extreme 115, and it does not close back in within the next 2 to 3 candles, I would say that this pattern has failed and it has completed a breakout above that zone. But in this case for dollar yen, they break out a little bit above, maybe 5-10 pips, and they come back in. So we are still right there in the zone. So this is the zone that I'm talking about, and this is the zone to monitor tonight. So if dollar yen tonight, it comes to this zone, it gets resisted, it shows you a very nice pin bar candle at this double top, So you know that the pattern is completed at this level. It shows you weakness at a retest of this zone. Then you know that confidently I can go short. But if the market shows you that it does not want to respect this zone, it goes all the way up, and what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna wait for a retracement back into this zone here before I actually initiate with the trend. We call this the harmonic breakout trade. Yeah. So I'll be looking to long with the trend upon any pullback to a PRZ. I've done this exact setup on Kiwi dollar last week. So we tried to buy low, but it broke, so I shorted on a retest. Yeah. So same thing. If it breaks the PRZ, we'll be waiting for any pullback to the zone to buy. If it does not pull back and it just flies all the way up, you do not want to be chasing highs at horrible prices. In trading, it's pretty simple to me. Just always buy low, sell high, and sell high, buy low. So do not chase after prices where it will give you a lousy risk to reward. That's not worth your time and that's not worth your effort. Yeah. So I will summarize my euro setup. No, sorry, dollar yen setup. So 115.30 to 50. This is the zone to monitor. This is the zone where the light bulb turns on, and you will be looking for weakness to sell. In the event that it just passes through, wait for a pullback before you actually initiate long. Yep, so this is dollar yen. Okay, last but not least, I talk about gold also. So this gold setup, I've been monitoring and talking about it for the last 2 months now. I've been waiting for the longest time. So I hope that tonight's news could push gold into the zone that we want, which is around 1080 to 1090. This is the zone where the bullish shark pattern will complete, and this is the zone where the light bulb turns on, and I'll be looking for weakness of the bears to be going long. Yep. So after I posted this, gold is still hovering around there. Not much movement before a news is very, very common. Yeah. So tonight, if it pushes down and it comes to this zone here, yeah, that's where I will be really excited, because this could be one of the trade of the year. Because gold daily chart, a setup on the daily chart, this could easily push gold far, far above 1,004, which was the high in July last year. But I'm not hoping for home runs all the time. Minimally, if I go long here, my risk to reward, I will want to target at least this point B in the shark pattern for my profit target, and at least I will net 1:2 risk to reward. If I risk $1,000, I'll be making about $2,000 on this setup. But daily chart setups is not for everyone. Why? Because once you get in, you might be waiting for days to weeks to months before it actually hits your profit target. Along the way, you might be paying or earning interest. So if you are not comfortable with doing long-term setups like me, just skip this. You design your own trading plan and you trade setups according to what you can tolerate. The longest I've ever waited for a trade to hit my profit target or my stop loss is about 92 days. I waited a full 3 months, and in the process, I'm paying interest every single day. End of the day, I lost about 1% of interest, and my trade was stopped out at break even. So these are things that could happen if you decide to be a long-term trader and you use leverage. Once you use leverage, you're borrowing money from your broker, and that's why they are charging you interest on your positions. Yep. Okay, so I recap gold. What is very interesting to me is pound dollar and euro pound. This two charts that I posted within the last 12 hours. So for pound dollar, it is likely to complete this bullish bad pattern. Let's check out the current price right now. Yep. Okay, let's blow it big. Okay, right now what I see on the pound dollar is that it had a high, it did a sell off. Now price is back up at a high here. So it looks like it's getting resisted at a 1.2230 level. Will I be doing anything right now? No. I will be actually waiting for it to come down to 1.2050. Sorry, 1.2050 to 1.2075. This is the zone where the bad pattern completes, and this is the potential reversal zone. So I'll be monitoring for it to come down around here. Okay, tonight, let's go back to tonight. The news could happen two ways. If the dollar raise interest rate, you could see this pattern complete tonight, and there could be a knee-jerk reaction for you to buy right here. Yeah. But if the dollar news is, the interest rate does not want to go up, pound might rally up to the trend line over here, 1.2470, and this, it could get resisted here and come down one more wave before we decide whether to go long here. Yeah, so I have my plan, fully planned out, and this is how I'm gonna trade the pound. And this pound setup is pretty interesting. It's on the H4 setup, and let's go to my pound chart. Okay, so if I trade the pound or if I go in here long, my stop loss should go all the way at 1.1940, and my profit target minimally I'll be targeting 1.2360. So for this setup, if it materializes and I get it somewhere close to 1.2040, most of the time you will never get it exactly here unless you use a pending order, which at the start of my webinar I talked about it and I strongly discourage you guys from doing that. So you're getting somewhere near here, and your stop loss will be fixed, your profit target will be fixed, but your entry will be somewhere at 1.2040. Okay, so for this setup, let's see how much you're going to risk and how much you're going to make. This stop loss on this pound dollar H4 setup is about 111 pips, and minimally I'm going to target 300 pips for this setup. So I could get almost a 1:3 on my risk to reward. What does this really mean, risk to reward? So for example, I have this trade correct and I win 300 pips. But the next two trades similar, the same setup happen again and again and again. I lose the next two. Net, I'm still about break even. That's the power of risk to reward. You do not have to get like 9 out of 10 correct. That's almost impossible to most people. For harmonic setups, my hit rate is about 40 to 50. It's not really fantastic, but most of the time I have very good risk to reward, and that's how I can continue to make profits over the long term if I keep doing the same thing again and again and again. Yep. So do not be discouraged. Sometimes you get 2 or 3 in a row losses, because one good trade can easily cover back 2 of your losses, and you could be profiting in no time. Yep. So this is the pound dollar, and just watch out for this together in the coming hours. Yep. And later on, I'll be actually posting this. Okay, Khaled, beside pin bar, what other candles do I use? My favorite is the pin bar. My second favorite is the engulfing candle. The other names, I don't know any of the names. There are like 100 over candlestick patterns I heard of, but I do not know the name. But I like it when there's a long tail. Long tail, psychologically, it says that, oh, the market is trying to go below, but there's strong buyers rejecting the price. And that's really my favorite. If it is combined with a divergence in the RSI, that's double confirmation, and it gives me a lot of confidence to be entering my trade. Yep, so good question, Khaled. I hope that you guys, are learning from the questions that's being asked. Yeah, if it's related to the current chart that I'm showing, I'll be answering them immediately. If it's not, I'll be covering them right at the back of right at the end of my seminar. Okay, so I'm done with pound dollar. Let's see what else I can cover. Yep, any kind of rejection in the zone with RSI divergence. Yes, that's a very high probability setup. But don't ever bet all your capital in one single trade. Okay, so Gun, good question. So Gun's question is that, for example, I'm monitoring the H4 chart and I actually see a pin bar in the M15 chart. Is that good? I can only say that if I'm trading on H4, I will want to wait for the H4 candle close. I know it sucks, You have to wait for 4 long hours to know whether it's a pin bar. But to me, reliability is more important than trying to be getting in early. But the lowest you can go, like for me, it's like H4 setup. I hope the most ideal is the H4 pin bar, but I do not mind going down one time frame lower, which is the H1, and execute off a H1 pin bar. But I will not be going down to the 5 minute or the 1 minute. So many different. I mean, I will not be going down so many time frames lower just to execute my trade right there. No, one time frame lower is okay. So if you are looking at a daily setup, you can go down to the H4 and execute off the H4 pin bar. For this setup, I'm executing a H4 setup. I can go to the lowest is the H1, and I will be executing off a pin bar in the H1. Yep. Okay. All right. Next chart I'll talk about is on Euro Pound. This is a setup that I just posted 1 hour ago. Why I posted 1 hour ago? Because I actually did a Chinese webinar with my China clients just an hour ago, and they actually asked me to analyze Euro Pound. And thank God I analyzed this. I see a very high probability setup that could happen tonight, and I hope that you guys could be joining me when this setup completes. All right. So this is sharp pattern again on the Euro Pound. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with all the patterns on how to draw these patterns, but if you want a guide on how to draw these patterns, you can actually go to my website, harmonicforex.com. Under the tab learn harmonic patterns, you can actually see I listed out the 5 most commonly traded patterns that I do trade, and 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 5 most common setup. Like if I'm trading the chart, I will be clicking on the chart and I'll be looking at all these measurements. Yep. Okay. If you have any questions about the pattern and how to draw them, probably I will not cover right in my webinar, but you can actually mail me at my email or leave me a PM on TradingView. I could answer you there, right there. Okay. Okay, so for Euro pound, right now it's hovering right at 86, 87, right now at 87. So I hope to see one final push right back up to 88, where this is the zone where the sharp pattern completes. So same thing, if you, I'm not sure if you find my webinar boring, but I'll find most of my trading I just repeat my steps again and again and again. It's sometimes really really boring, but I prefer myself to be boring than to be exciting and try different 10 kinds of strategies in one. I mean every single time. That's not the right way. I've been doing this for the past 1-2 years and it's getting boring, but if as long as I stay profitable, I have no complaints. So that should be the kind of mindset that you guys should also adopt. Don't have to be too fanciful, don't have to have 10 indicators on your charts. Just simple one indicator and trade harmonic patterns just like me. Yeah, this is a really really good strategy that have given me a lot of profits over the years. Not every single year is profitable. Like 2016, I actually lost some money. I had a drawdown of about 30%. But 2015, I made about 80% of all this. I'm happy. Yep. Okay. So Euro pound, Euro pound monitor for rejection at 88. If it happens, that's where you consider shorting the Euro pound if there's any rejection right there. Yeah. RSI, how do you use it? Okay. I actually talk about it right at the start of the webinar. Let me repeat one final time. At the PRZ where you are looking to execute your setups, there should be 2 scenarios. One is that you see the RSI being overbought if you're selling or oversold when you're buying. And that should happen when the pattern completes. Yeah, that's the one way you can use it. The second way you can use it is that you try to monitor for divergence. Like right now, if it goes up higher to 88, but the RSI does not have a higher reading, then that's what we call RSI divergence. Price goes higher, RSI does not complete a higher, a higher level. Yeah, and that's how you monitor that. Hey, momentum is slowing down. There's weakness with a pin bar. Everything you piece everything together, it gives you a high probability setup to trade. RSI complex in the PRZ. Okay, currently this is a little bit advanced. Probably this I will cover it in another webinar other day. But if you have hard burning questions, you want to PM me, just talk to me on TradingView. Is that okay? It's too advanced, and I'm sure that most of the people here are not well trained to actually understand this at the moment. Yep. Thanks, Khalid. Okay, Alvin's question is that can harmonics be used on 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute? I think Alvin, you might be a scalper. So I want to share a little bit about how I trade. Like in the past, I played around with 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, 15, 30 minutes chart, and most of my setups were executed in the 15 minute chart. So what I found is that it really depends, like what kind of trader you want to be. For me, it's like I execute about 3 to 4 trades a week, and I'm happy. I do not want to get involved every single day, going in and out, because for me doing that way, I was not profitable. So to answer your question, can I do this on a 15 minute, 1 minute, 5 minute chart? Okay, there are clients of mine that does 15 minute chart with consistent success. Yeah, but they are day traders. They do it, like full time, and they like to be in and out of the market every single day. But what I can absolutely guarantee you is that the lower time frame that you go, the more careful you have to be, and the lower the probability of success. Yeah. So if you are planning on doing the 15-minute setups, my advice to you is that please do not use a pending order. Always monitor for whatever I talk about, all the signals before you actually execute your trade setups, and always look to profit at the first profit target. and try to get the money off the table fast. But in the way you trade, right, your risk to reward will not be excellent, and you need to hit probably a 50-50 or 60-50, 60-40 kind of a hit rate before you can be profitable. Yeah. So it can be used. There are softwares to help you identify the patterns. I saw a question popping up. Yeah. So there are a lot of softwares out there. I can only advise that I will not say use whose software, but probably you can consider use whatever that Scott Carney has endorsed in his website harmonictrader.com. Yeah. If you guys really want to check out the software, this is the software which is the most popular one right out there in the market. It's called Formation Seeker. This is a standalone software where you can actually, I mean, this endorsed and created by Scott Carney, and all the measurements in these patterns in the software is definitely correct. Yeah. So if you guys want to use this software next week, probably I could get you some discount code from the developer. I know these guys, they are from Poland. So if you use my discount code and you try to try out for 1 month, you can actually save some money off it, but not today. Today I don't have the link yet. Okay. Some of you guys' microphone is on. Can you please off it? I don't know how to off it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm done with Euro Pound also. Right now it's 9:30. I could be answering your questions. So let me check out the chat box. You guys have any questions or setups which you want me to monitor? First come, first serve. Any patterns or any setups or any charts that you want me to monitor? I'm open to indices, gold, oil, currencies. Yep. Okay, Kiwi dollar. Well, today is like the best day of my webinar. Like, you have the most number of people attending. Thank you so much for attending. I hope that you guys will keep coming back every single week if you find this useful. Okay. Kiwi dollar. This was a prior pattern that completed and you moved down. So let me clear everything. Okay.
还不错。
Sorry, whose microphone
没
is
有
that?
了，我在那边看我的股票的东西嘛。
Chris, can you off your microphone, please?
因为他 line 接进去嘛。
Okay. Done. Yep, it will be great that if RSI comes up from the extreme. That's the textbook, but most of the time it's not always textbook. So I always rely on the pin bar because price moves faster than the indicator. Khaled, very advanced questions. I think you are a pretty seasoned harmonic trader. I love your questions. Yeah. So the rest of the guys, sometimes you might not really understand everything, but I can guarantee you that if you come every single week, you will slowly get to understand it better and better. Okay, next one is on Kiwi dollar. I have a request in the group to ask me to analyze it. So I'm seeing a potential bad pattern, but let me verify to see whether it's confirmed a bad pattern. We are right there at the zone right now. Okay, let me go to the daily chart. Okay, 2.618. I need to see this. $886, 2.618. Okay. Okay, this is great. What we have right now on the Kiwi dollar is completion of the bad pattern, which is right here at 69.17, right here. Yep. So let's recap whatever we just learned earlier and apply it here. Okay. So, okay, let me clear all this nonsense. All right. So right now we are at the PRZ. This is the PRZ right here. And you can see that price has, this is a daily chart for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days. For 5 long days, price has struggled to go below this PRZ at 69.17. Okay, what does it mean? One thing, number one, the market respects this level. Okay. Second thing, we look at the RSI. Right now, it's popping out of the oversold zone. So we have actually two good signals telling us that, hey, this pattern is likely going to work out. And if you go long on this setup right now, Kiwi dollar long, you will get in somewhere around 69.10, I suppose. So your stop loss will have to go below the X. So 68.50, I will put a buffer on it. 68.50 is the low. So I'll probably put my stop loss around 68.20. So for this setup, my stop loss will be around 42 pips. No. 90, 42. Hey, is it correct? Yeah, 90 pips. 90 pips stop loss for this Kiwi dollar if you decide to go long now. And the minimum profit target I'm asking for is the B point here. So it's around 217 pips. So for this setup, if you go in long anywhere close to the PRZ right there, you'll be risking about 100 pips to make about 200 pips. One is to risk to reward. Good setup here. Yeah, and you can definitely consider this. But one thing that I need to warn you is that daily chart setup, two things that is going to happen. Tonight there's a news. So either you're going to hit your profit target very fast or you're going to hit your stop loss very fast. Do you like it this way? Or do you want to wait for price to stabilize before you enter? Yeah, for Kiwi dollar tonight, I will only be executing setups up after the news. That's my style. But if you don't mind risking your money in the news event, you can consider this a really valid setup. And the worst thing that could happen is a stop loss. But if you control it well and you keep it within, your RSI right now is popping out of the zone, but it's not confirmed yet. So by tomorrow, you'll see, confirmed on the day chart, yes, pop out of the zone. And that's where you can actually, enter with more confidence. Yeah. But something that could happen is that tonight it just hits the profit target and you miss out on the trade. You miss out on 200 piece of profit, but it's totally fine. Every single week that I do harmonic trading on the H4 setups, I can easily find 3 to 4 to 5 good setups every single week, and I update you guys on my trading every single day, every single week, through a video, through a webinar. So there are a lot more. There are a lot of opportunities every single week. Do not be in a hurry and do not worry if you miss a good setup. What are my RSI zones? It's 30-70. Yep. So if it goes below 30 and it pops back up, that's where I'll be looking to enter. Yep. So this Kiwi dollar and this long here, it might work out perfectly. And let's review it again, at the end of the week. Yep. Okay. Any more setups that you guys want me to talk about? Okay, Trump here. I saw your comment. So new as figuring out, no worries. Take your time. If you're not comfortable with risking your real money, just demo it and test it out. At least give yourself 6 months to demo trade and forward trade with small accounts before you actually put in your hard-earned money. I learned it the hard way. I blew over 4 accounts when I started to learn how to trade, and that's my advice that I can give you. Do not be in a hurry. Okay. So I only see a request for Kiwi dollar. Anything else? Scrolling down. Yep. X to D divergence, I don't really monitor. I only want to monitor within that D zone. If you try to monitor all kinds of divergence, XD, BD, like there will be too many divergences for you to monitor and it's super confusing. So I like to only go to the D point and look for divergence right there. Yep. GU or GJ. Okay. So I first come, first serve. I think I have answered RP, one of your setup. Let's go to SK's dollar cap for now. So see, I'm a very fair guy. I give you guys I let you guys take turn. Dollar cat. For this setup, actually I talked about it just last week or so. So my view still remains the same. Dollar cat. Where is it? Did I miss it out? Euro dollar, Kiwi dollar. Euro dollar. Where is my dollar cat? Okay. So this was posted a while ago, 14 days ago, which is 2 weeks ago. Back then, a dollar cat was 1.33. My view remains the same. If it does not come to 1.3680, I will not be looking for any short setups on dollar cat. This is the perfect shot that's going to complete 1.3680, no, 1.3650 to 80, 30 pip range right here. Okay, so right now, right here, nothing much I'm gonna do now, and I'll suggest that the best thing you can do is to be patient and wait for the news to be released, and probably this could be a short tomorrow after the news is released. Okay. I have a request on GU. I've already covered it earlier. I'm not sure if you were listening. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about GJ. So for GJ, in terms of pattern, what I can see is a potential shark completing. Yeah, I'm not sure why after I learned the shark pattern, 60 to 70% of all my setups are shark, but I love the shark. It's so much better than the bogus pattern that I learned earlier, which is called the cipher pattern. That was not created by Scott Carney, and it lacks a lot of very good harmonic measurements. So Shark is a better version of Cypher. So if you, some of you guys, if you are trading the Cypher pattern, I strongly suggest you guys to check out the Shark pattern. It's very similar and it's much more reliable with a higher hit rate, at least in my own personal record. Yeah. Okay. So for the GJ on the daily chart, oh man, this could go higher, and I'll be interested to go short on the GJ if it goes all the way up to. Let me check it out. Okay. So my zone to short GJ is 154. I know you might say crazy Terry, this is like so far away. Uh, I mean, this is the daily chart setup, and this could happen in a few months' time. I'm not sure, but of course, in the lower time frame, there could be smaller patterns that you can execute for shorter term trades. So like in the lower time frame, there could be short setups lower than 154, but what you should be doing is that, okay, lower time frame, I'm executing off a lower time frame, my TP should be based on a lower time frame, and I could be in and out before it actually goes higher. Yeah, that's how the many different time frames align together, and that's how you can trade that. Okay, so for the daily setup, it's really far away, no point looking at it right now. Let's check out the H4 setup. Okay, what happened, what I'm doing, JPY. Let's check out the pound yen on the H4 setup. Okay, so patterns, just draw. So potentially double bottom. Not much I can do here. What about trying to look to a long opportunities? 618, 786. No, there's no pattern. So for the power yen, sadly, I can only see that there's no harmonic patterns right now. But please monitor this triangle. It's super obvious. A breakdown of this triangle should send pound yen out of consolidation, which means that it could move a lot faster once it breaks this triangle. It could go either direction. Yeah. If you have to trade right now at this current moment, if I have to give you a bias, I'll be a bias on the short side, and I'll be taking profit at the low of this triangle. So I'm combining a little bit of everything that I learned. Simple style of drawing support resistance, all these are very practical and it can be used perfectly with harmonic patterns. Yep. Go. I have a request from Viv Cole on Go. Sorry Viv, I think you came late, but I already talked about Go earlier. Probably you can check out my recording, after I post it up, probably end of the week. But to give you a summary is that Go right now, wait for the news to happen. If it comes down to 1080 to 1090, that's where I'm gonna look for long opportunities. Other than that, there's nothing on Go right now, and there's nothing I can trade on it right now. Okay. Trong has a question on the shark pattern. I will not try to sugarcoat everything, but shark pattern is really one of my best performing patterns, and it gives me about a 55% hit rate, success rate. Yep. Ventropa. Okay, Ventropa, sorry, I think you came late, but okay, since there's 2 requests for Go, let's talk about Go again. For those of you guys who have listened to me talk about Go earlier, just bear with these new guys, just learn together and be a little bit patient. Okay, my Go setup. Okay, this is Go. So the shark, Ventropa, shark is to wait to buy at 1050 to, let's go bigger. This is the zone I'm looking at. Yep. So the shark to buy is 1080 to 1090. This is the zone. Wait for price to hit here before you can expect anything. I'm not sure what crap are you talking about, but let me go to the chart to see if I can see any craps. Okay, string the controls. Okay. So on the hourly time frame, there could be a shark. This is a 786. This is more likely to be a butterfly. Okay, 786. The 1618 is right here. Bear with me for a while, trying to draw everything nicely. Okay, right there. So this is a zone that you should be monitoring if you are trading the smaller time frame butterfly. Let me clear everything up. Yeah, but this is a pretty ugly looking butterfly. 1190, you could actually see the gold bounce up a little bit from here. But what you can do is you draw a trend line connecting the highs. So if you bounce from this butterfly pattern, if you buy here, take profit here, and continue to write it down. Because I'm thinking 1190 this level, 1090 this level. A lot of people is monitoring this. Yeah, that's how the different time frames they match up, and sometimes you trade the smaller pattern in the lower time frame, but and you are aware that there's a bigger pattern in the higher time frame, so you will not be hoping for a home run. Yeah, so that's how you align the different time frames together. Okay. All right. I did not see shark on the website. Okay, thanks. Great. Okay. Board this question. I love this question. Do you calculate the distance between the pattern across the time frame? I used to do it, but right now I think that it's very subjective. Why? Because there are only two types of harmonic patterns. One is the W and the M, which is your Gartley, your bat, your butterfly, W and M. No, sorry, your Gartley and the butterfly, W and M. Then there's another kind we call it the extension harmonic patterns, which is the crab and the butterfly, and also the shark. For these 3 patterns, what I found is that like the XAB leg and the BCD leg sometimes can be very, very different. The BCD leg can happen very fast, or it can take a long time to happen. So it does not form the symmetry. And if you always try to wait for perfect symmetry before you enter your setups, it's going to prevent you from taking a lot of excellent setups. I would say that if you just follow my rules, monitor for strength or weakness in these kind of zones before executing, I think that's good enough, and you don't have to worry so much about the distance between the pattern, and the time axis. Yep. Okay, Bob, your question is, how long did I take to become profitable consistently? Okay, a little bit of history for my website, Harmonic Forex. Sorry, there's a little bit of advertising time here. Those of you guys who have gotten your dose of knowledge and you want to leave, it's okay. I hope that you enjoy your day. I hope that you come back again every single week. Yeah. But a little bit of history about my website. If you are listening to my story for the first time, I started my website in 2011. Back then it was known as FX Gum. So I was actually doing my trades on a daily basis, and I post my setups and ideas on my website. So slowly, more and more people follow me, and I decided to, some people requested for me to teach a class, and that's where I held my first ever seminar in 2013. Yeah, so it took me a long time. From 2000, I started trading forex in 2009. From 2009 all the way to 2000, no, sorry, 2008 I started, all the way to 2011. I was still losing money, and I busted 4 accounts along the way, trying to trade a lot of different patterns, different kind of trading systems. Yeah, so I got to know harmonic trading in 2012, and that's where I had my struggles of ups and downs. Also, like I was very profitable for the first 2 to 3 years. I was doing harmonic patterns. Back then, I was using just pending orders to execute all my setups. But after that, 2016 was one of my worst year. I don't know why. Also, I learned new knowledge. I met Scott Carney. He's not the reason that I started losing, but maybe it's complacency, and I spend less and less time on the charts. I do less and less postings. I was trying to expand my seminar business by going to every single country there to conduct talks, but I was not really focused in my trading. So 2016, actually, I had my first losing year in 3 years. Yeah, and that's where I tell myself, I need to wake up. A lot of guys are looking up to me, and I need to do a good job. So I dedicated myself this year to be on TradingView every single day. That's how I can, account to my followers and myself of all the setups that I've done, and I can be more disciplined. I will not be doing some stupid trade setups off my gut feel, just to impress some people that don't care about me. So after this TradingView initiative, this year has been excellent for me. I'm up about 30% right now for the year over the past 3 months, and you can actually see all my trades that I've done in my trading view. I've not done a single trade that's not on my trading view, and that's how I keep myself disciplined. So for your question is, how do you, start to become profitable consistently? All I can say is that have a trade log. The trade log can be Excel spreadsheet. It can be trading view. And this is a community that we can all learn together. You can probably consider posting your ideas on TradingView and reviewing it again and again. Get your friends or trading buddies to review for you. TradingView is an excellent platform that I think there's over 1 million users right now, and you could actually find. I'm not sure if you trade harmonic patterns. You could be trading some other systems. Every system there will be some guys who are good at it. I'm not trying to bash any other systems, but for me, harmonic patterns work for me, but it might not really work for you. Sometimes, some traders, they trade just simple support resistance and they are profitable. So it really has to, it has to depend on your personality. You have to spend the time to forward and backtest your trades. You have to be consistent with your risk management, and also you have to adjust your game plan if things don't work out for you. Like for last year, I know, I had a bad year. I lost a lot of followers last year, and a lot of my students, started to ignore me because I was not performing. Yeah, but this year I will make it up back to all of them by being consistent and being profitable. And this webinar initiative, I don't know whether you guys really find it useful, but every week I'll be here 9 p.m. Like it or not, I will be conducting this. And if you find this useful, maybe right now, can I actually have some feedback from you guys? If you find this webinar useful and you want to come back for more, can you type 5 on the chat box to let me know? Yeah. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all your feedback. Yeah, so yeah, I've answered all your questions. I'm just being as true as possible to you guys, and trading is not really that simple. Every single day I'm still learning, and I hope that you could be on this journey with me. Uh, you can learn online for free from me, or if you want my personal attention, you can consider coming for my live seminars, which I conduct 4 times a year. Yep. And what else can I say? Okay, next week on Wednesday, if you happen to reside in Singapore, you can actually come and listen to me talk live. That's where I'll be actually sharing how to draw one of the patterns in very fine details. And let me show it to you. in my seminar. I'm partnering with this securities firm, which is KGI, and yeah. So if you like me, you know you enjoyed my sessions online, and you want to meet me live offline, I really welcome you. Let's have fun together. So I will actually paste this link for you. If you want, you can register and we will meet live next week. Yeah, no matter what, I will be also doing. Sorry, next week is 22nd. So next week webinar might be shifted to Tuesday or Thursday. I'll keep you guys informed. Yeah, because I have a live seminar on Wednesday. Yeah. So I hope to see you guys again next week. And really thank you so much for all your feedback. Please connect with me on TradingView. This is my TradingView profile. Okay, find me here. Thank you so much. Yeah. So last but not least, if you can really do me this favor, I will really appreciate it. For the 40 of you guys who are still here, thank you so much for your time. Okay, formation seeker RP, I will address your question after I'm done with this. Is Facebook crashing or something? I have something to share with you guys. Okay, while the formation seeker is, while the Facebook is loading, RP, you have a question of formation seeker? Okay, sorry, so many questions. I'm trying to scroll through all your questions. Yeah. Okay, Khaled, I heard your feedback. I'll be doing it. I'll consider doing it in my videos. Yeah. Okay, Euro Yen. Yeah, that's a good setup. I saw it. Yeah. Okay. Amit,
Hello.
okay, Amit.
Yes, sir.
Amit, all the setups that I talk about in my charts are update live on TradingView. So sometimes you see I will say that, hey, I got in this trade, so you can probably follow me there. But to ask me to tell you to get in right now, I'm actually not licensed to advise you to get in. I can only share my knowledge and update my own profile on TradingView. I'm trying not to step over the line with regulations because I've seen some people, getting into trouble by giving trade calls, and these people got sued. Yeah, so that's how I'm gonna do it. Right. Okay, formation seeker, how to get access.
It's a,
All right, I'll mute you. So sorry. Yeah, you can actually go to the website and just test it out for demo. Yeah, I think they still do offer demos, but next week I'm trying to get them to give me an affiliate code where if you guys try to purchase the subscription through Formation Seeker, you get a 10% off because you got to know me. Yeah, so I'll cover more on that next week. Yeah, but right now I have no promo codes for you. Yeah. Do I do Bitcoin? I don't really trade, but I did analyze a few times, and harmonic patterns actually do work on Bitcoin because it's actually very highly traded. Yeah. Okay. So last but not least, if you guys can give me a like on my Facebook page, uh, $10. Give me a like on my Facebook page. I have 4,000 fans on the Facebook, and I really appreciate if you can like and share and invite some of your trading friends along for my upcoming seminars. That's all I'm asking for you. I hope that a like is free, and I hope that you can do it for me. Yes. Did I miss out on any questions? HSI for TradingView is under development. I talk to Scott every single week. So once it's out, I will be announcing it. So stay tuned. Yeah. $10 for 10 days. So right now, I don't think they give free anymore. Yeah. But just try it out for $10, nothing much to lose. But if you want to subscribe it on a monthly basis, I can give you coupons. I'm trying to ask them for bigger discount coupons off the yearly packages. So next week, I'll be sharing more with you guys. Okay. I think I'm done for today. Thank you very much for all your time, and I hope you enjoy it. And okay, Khalid, I heard you. Okay, so tell me before I'm done. Tell me, will you guys be coming back and joining me next week? I mean, you are late. I started at 9 p.m. So yeah, thank you so much, Eric, RP, Paul, Bill. Thank you so much, Greg, Bob. Okay, I feel happy, conducting this webinar with you guys, and see you guys next week. Have a great week, and do check out my recording and my webinar, and my video that I'm gonna publish at the end of the week. Like my YouTube, like my Facebook, and see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Goodbye.